Hey, what's up everyone? Kevin here. In this video, I want to share with you guys my top 5 favorite chairlifts. This is kind of a fun video I wanted to make because over the years, I've had the chance to ride lots of different incredible chairs. Some of these chairs take you to some incredible terrain. Others have some of the best views, and some chairs are just unique and fun in themselves. So I'm gonna run you guys through these 5 chairs, and if you get the chance to ride some of these, I highly recommend it. At number 5, we've got my personal favorite chair in terms of riding, and this is Glacier Chair on Blackcomb Mountain. I spent about 15 years snowboarding in Whistler, and Glacier Chair was my go-to on a POW day to find the good snow. What I like about Glacier Chair is that the terrain underneath it on a POW day is nice and steep, so you can get those high-speed powder turns mixed in with some fun chutes and small drops. Glacier Chair also gives you some incredible access to some other zones. So from Glacier Chair, you can go up Spanky's Ladder, which takes you to some of the most incredible bowls in all of Canada. Or you can take a short T-bar ride up to the Blackcomb Glacier, which has some of the best riding and also access to the ice cave on Blackcomb Glacier, which is really fun to visit. So the Glacier Chair gets you to some of the best riding on Whistler Blackcomb, gives you access to some of the other zones, and brings you to a really unique spot in the ice cave. My number 4 favorite chairlift is Chair 5 at Mount Baker in Washington. What makes Chair 5 so special is on a powder day, you are just a few feet away from one of the best runs on the entire mountain. Some of my best times at Mount Baker have actually just been sitting on the chairlift and watching other people hit the runs, getting POW turns, or even getting airs off of some side hits. Just one of the most entertaining chairs to ride in the morning. When you get off at Chair 5, you have access to all kinds of incredible terrain at Mount Baker, from natural half pipes where you can get some really fun flowy turns on, to some steep chutes where if you're riding at high speeds, you're gonna get some of the best POW turns and just crazy face shots. From Chair 5, you can also branch out to some of the other areas. So when the snow starts to get a little bit tracked close to the chairlift, it gives you easy access to some of the other parts of the mountain. The bottom of Chair 5 is also a good place to meet up with friends. There's an amazing chalet with a fireplace. Go inside for a snack or a hot chocolate to get warmed up. My 3rd favorite chairlift in the world is KT22 in Palisades, Tahoe. KT22 is a famous chair across North America. A lot of ski magazines will actually put this chairlift as their number 1 because it gives you access to some of the steepest and most challenging terrain at Palisades. This is another chairlift where on the ride up, you're actually getting a show because you've got people dropping cliffs, getting face shots, doing some of the craziest things that you've seen on skis and snowboards. So a big part of KT22 is the whole experience of riding up and seeing what some of the top level riders are doing on the mountain. Once you get off KT22, you definitely want to know where you're headed to. Some of the runs can be a bit scary and challenging. Luckily for me, every time I've ridden this chair, there's been bottomless powder. So when you combine that really deep snow with a steep run, it gives you that speed and momentum to ride the powder like all the way back to the chairlift. A special thing for me personally with that chairlift is I had some friends visiting from Australia and Idaho, and I got to show them Palisades for the first time, and KT22 was the first chairlift we rode up, and I honestly think that it was the best lap of my season, and I think my friends were pretty impressed by the run too. What was that? My number 2 favorite chairlift in the world, we're going back to Whistler, and this time to Whistler Mountain and the Peak Chair. The Peak Chair is pretty famous for so many different reasons. The most special thing about Peak Chair is when you're waiting in line, there's a whole big band of cliffs. So there's waterfall cliffs, there's another cliff called Air Jordan, and from that chairlift, you're seeing some of the most incredible cliff drops that you'll see anywhere in the world. Especially Air Jordan, because that's a double cliff drop where people are dropping one section of a cliff, having to stay in control before dropping a second section. So before you even get on the chair, you're getting an incredible show of people dropping cliffs, which can really get you excited for your day of riding. Once you're on the chair, you're getting incredible views of the mountains around you, but just of all the amazing runs that the Peak of Whistler has to offer as well. Once you're at the Peak of Whistler, you really have unlimited terrain to choose from. You could literally spend years just exploring all the different zones and places off a peak. There is actually a mellow cat track that will take you back to the chalet. So if you just want to go up and enjoy the views, you can always take the cat track down. But if you do want to ride some steep terrain, some bowls, find some fresh powder or some trees, the Peak Chair has all of that, and it's definitely world class. The number one chairlift on my list, and this one is definitely unique for lots of different reasons. It's the Pizza Box Chair in Hanazono, Niseko, Japan. So the Pizza Box Chair, when I first saw it, I couldn't believe it was a real thing, but it's basically just a single-seater chair with a square platform that you sit on, which resembles a pizza box. There's no safety bar. And to be honest, the chair itself looks very old. So it's got a kind of mystique and danger about it, which I'm sure it's safe, and I trust the resort of Niseko, but when you're riding it, you definitely have some like anxiety and fear. Once you're on the pizza box though, you can hold onto the bar, and it's going slow enough that you feel fairly safe, but you have to ride it to get to some of the best zones in Hanazono and some of the best riding in all of Niseko. Once you get to the top of the pizza box, you've got some incredible terrain, some really good trees, but the highlight is the light and deep snow of Niseko, Japan. I've definitely had some of my best POW days there, riding through deep snow, exploring different zones, finding cornices to drop off of, and just overall, you get that experience that you expect when visiting Japan. Most of the time in Niseko, it's gonna be cloudy and snowing, but if you do manage to ride the Pizza Box Chair on a sunny day, you're gonna get an incredible view of Mount Yote across the valley. Those are my 5 favorite chairs in the world. It'd be great to hear from you. What's your favorite chair at your local mountain, and what makes it so special? Also, subscribe here to Snowboard Pro Camp. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.